we talked to the man who knows all about dialects, actor, comedian, raconteur, Dave Dutton. And now you're treading the boards in the Manchester Fringe Festival, aren't you, Dave?
I am, Eamonn, yes. What? It's called Suspended in Space, and it's on at the Lasagari.
Tell us all about
Wednesday. Right, well, if you could see me now, if my careers officer could see me now, I'm dressed as a half crab, half robot in probably the hottest day of the year.
Oh, we've all done that, though, Dave, haven't we? We've all done that.
Yeah, but you do it for kinky reasons. I'm doing it for this play. And it's called Suspended in Space. It's set in a sci-fi convention, and I play an actor called Vince Mitchell, who played a part called Gratibar for Lulander of Chrysum Lacastafor in the Wailing Window Nebula of Actiferon. Not many people know that.
You've had to learn that, haven't you?
Yeah, many times.
Yeah.
So he gets stuck in a lift with evil Eamonn, who was the main character in the show. It was a sci-fi series 30 years previously, and this is at the sci-fi convention. All the geeks are going. And then we're in the lift, me and evil Eamonn, and then a geek gets in, and the lift gets stuck. So we're suspended in space. That's a play on words.
Aha, with you. Yeah, got you.
Aye. So we're all stuck, and this geek is very insensitive. He's talking about us as if we're not there. But it's a very, very funny comedy. It's written by a guy called Keith Temple, who wrote for Doctor Who, EastEnders, Casualty, and that sort of thing. And the two actors in it with me, Sean Mason, who's well known locally, comedy sports, and Julia Nelson, who teaches drama at Salford. So it's a three-hander basically, all stuck in this lift, and it's very claustrophobic, but they've all got secrets which get unfolded at the end. But
it's a nice venue, the Lasagari, as well, isn't it?
It's cracking. They won the Pub of the Year award last year in London. And if anybody doesn't know where it is, it's where the BBC used to be.
Charles Street.
Yeah, that's it, Jimmy, yeah. Just off Oxford Road, facing where they've knocked down the BBC.
And it's a real iconic Manchester pub. You can't miss it. All red tiles outside it. It really is one of Manchester iconic boozers. And you know, I'll drop a name here, Dave. You know, the last time I was in the Lasagari, I was in there with an actor, and every time people were having a pint, every time he went to the bar and walked back, everybody did a double take. Name that actor.
John Henshaw.
John Henshaw it was.
Were you asking me to name him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've worked with John.
Well, he's a big supporter of the festival and anything that promotes local drama, John.
Yeah. Good local actor and, major television personality.
Yeah, but he's more important than that, Dave. He's the top lad, isn't he?
He certainly is, yeah. Totally unspoiled.
From how you've described that play, then, I would come back to you and say, well, that just sounds like a blackly comic tale of a high-maintenance star of a fading cult TV show, an everyman extra, and their worst nightmare, an over-excitable fan trapped in a lift at a sci-fi convention.
Those are the exact words I'd use, Eamonn.
Exactly.
Do you know, I think we should get you to write the publicity for the next one.
As you were talking, Dave, I glanced around, obviously distracted, and I saw just on the desk here the Greater Manchester Fringe Festival programme. So I was just leafing through it, and it's the last productions, isn't it? So is it the pub people put these things on themselves, or is it an independent production company?
Well, we all sort of mucking together. The director and the guy who's made all the costumes, Phil Dennison, he's a well-known local actor, and so it's like a cooperative, and it's produced by Gareth Kavanagh from the last, but it is part of the Greater Manchester Fringe. Yeah.
So tell us when it's on again, Dave.
It's on. It starts tomorrow at 7:30. It's an hour long, so you can sit out in the sun on the platform over the river afterwards. That Johnny Vegas opened, where all the smokers go.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's 7:30 Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You can either turn up on the night. I think Monday's done quite well. It's very, very busy, but you can get the tickets off wegottickets.com. wegottickets.com, or just turn up on the night. 7:30 it starts, so if you get there for about 7 o'clock. But it's a really funny comedy. It's the premiere of it, and I think people will really enjoy it. And I'm sweltering here in this robot head, and crabby pincers and all sorts of stuff.
It's only £6 and £5 for concessions as well.
It is, yeah.
Suspended in space.
Suspended in space, yeah.
Dave, I hope it goes really well for you, but just describe to me, I know the pub well, whereabouts do you perform?
There's a room upstairs called the Salmon Room.
Is there?
Yeah, you go in the bar.
Don't know the pub that well then, because I didn't know that.
Well, you just go through the bar, actually, and up the stairs, and it's a little room. It's very, very bijou. There's about 50, 60 seats, if that. So it's very intimate, really nice venue, and you're on top of the action. You're almost part of the action, and I think that adds to the atmosphere as well. But it'll
certainly add to if it is supposed to be claustrophobic, having 50 or 60 people within touching distance has got to help.
Well, I think you're right there, Jimmy. It's and on a sweltering night as well, and me in this tinfoil costume. I just hope I don't faint halfway.
Oh, stop moaning, man! Suffering for your art. That is suffering for your art.
That's one of the lines in the show. You'll see. But it's be well worth people coming. If as I say, if they look on wegottickets.com or just turn up on the night, and they'll be made very welcome.
It's funny, this Fringe Festival, because obviously the Manchester International Festival is an amazing event that happens every 2 years with world premieres, and it's really helped enliven our cultural scene and the reputation around the world. But this Fringe Festival is also as important in many ways. I know some of the venues are small, some of them are unusual. Quite a lot of the shows are one-person shows, or like in your case, three-handers. How important are Fringe festivals generally? Because I mean, you talk about Edinburgh, that's really overtaken the original festival, hasn't it?
Well, that's right, and I think the Greater Manchester Fringe Festival is getting bigger every year. It's spread all over the city centre. I think there's a couple of hundred productions in all during the time. It's about a month. If people look on the internet, there's information all over Manchester, but if they look on the internet, there's something going on almost every night, everywhere, as part of the Fringe, and comedies, dramas, poetry readings, art, all sorts. It's brilliant for Manchester. But the thing is as well, it's not just that 1 month. There are some fantastic writers and actors and artists in Manchester. It's a real cultural hub, and it's all the year round. It's honestly, that, to be honest, I mean, the stuff you see on television, the stuff that's being performed in Manchester now by the actors and written by fantastic writers, that should be on the television. I can't understand why, we're having to put up with reality programmes when there's real good drama and comedy.
Right, that's your next business venture, the Fringe TV channel.
Well, I must admit, I agree with every word Dave just said, because reality TV drives me bonkers. And when it's the 4th or 5th spin-off, you think, well, somebody actually writing something for real actors to entertain us with. Because I don't know if you saw it, Dave, but Luther was back on the BBC this week. And you say, well, would you rather watch Idris Elba in Luther, or would you rather watch another programme about antiques? And I tend to go for Idris Elba, I have to say.
Or some non-entity in a call centre, that thing in Wales.
Oh, don't get me started on that. And all the best with your projects anyway, Dave.
All the best, Dave.
And keep up the good work out there doing the stuff. But that's Lassigowry Belting Pub.
Yeah, it's
and I'm like Eamonn, I didn't know there was a salmon room upstairs.
Suspended in Space, starring Dave Dutton and a couple of others. Lassigowry, tomorrow night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, 7:30, £6. Get along. We would highly recommend you go and see Dave. We've not seen that play, but we know Dave, we know his work. He's a very well-established and talented actor. And one author, Lanky Spoken Here, is one of his famous books. It's 20 past